Hey guys, welcome back for another ride-along video. It's been a while since I've done one on camera. Since moving in here, I've been doing a ton of group riding with 3 different groups actually, and they're all very different. We've got one really cool little local group of guys here. It's mostly cruiser riders, and we do more relaxed type rides. And then we've got a core group of friends in the area that ride a little more aggressively, where we all know each other, we know exactly how we ride and that kind of thing, but our schedules don't always mix, so it's few and far between when we can get together. And then there's another local group of similarly typed riders. I don't know all of them nearly as well, but they're also very cool guys. And of course I ride on my own because I am right in the middle here of our best roads. Like I said before, though, it's nothing compared to the mountains or anything like that, but you know what, it's as good as it gets, especially in the area. So I'm going out today first to get gas, getting pretty low here, but I'm going to check out my parents' new house under construction. They're living out in Arizona and they are retiring out here to be closer to us, which is cool. I suppose Sunoco is good as any. Now, this pump is notorious for being slow as molasses. Sometimes it's normal and sometimes it's not. I wish all gas stations had separate gas lines for this specific reason. Here I am filling up with, you know, maybe not even 3 gallons, and I need premium. But if the last guy got regular, well, I'm getting what's stuck in this line here for, you know, probably the better part of a gallon that's not going to be premium. And that's percentage-wise a pretty big part of what I'm putting in the tank. If it's a car, it doesn't make any difference. You know, you might be putting in 10, 15, 20 gallons, but see, today it's normal. I was here the other day and it was literally 1/10 of that speed. And I was the only one filling up. Just like now, say 2.5 gallons. So if I got, you know, even a quarter gallon, half gallon of regular, that's a pretty good percentage there that's not premium. I like to just top it till it's at the bottom of that fill port there. No point going beyond that. It'll just come out the vent. Alright, let's get back on the road. So like I was saying, they're coming out from Arizona, and they've been kind of planning this for a while, but they got really serious just a few months ago. Mom wanted to come out as soon as possible for a while now, and Dad was kind of wanting to wait a little bit. They're in a very nice planned retirement community out there, and they wanted to, of course, stay in that same kind of thing, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's really nice. You really don't ever have to leave, depending on the facility you're in. Some are much more inclusive than others, and unfortunately right around here that isn't a thing. You have to go further up north to the villages, which is just insane for multiple reasons, but it really hasn't taken off yet in Florida. It's more an out west kind of thing. But coincidentally, right at the same time, Webb, which is the builder and you know, runner of these types of communities around the nation, is building the first one ever in the area right here, just a few miles down the street. So that looked like a very promising solution. Anyway, Dad wanted to wait, and I was trying to tell him, you better not wait. You know, this is going to blow up. It's the only one in the area. It's going to be very, very popular. It's going to sell out. Well, it finally clicked after him figuring out that yes, the lots are selling, and they were just about to have the grand opening, and after that prices go up and are gonna obviously be sold out even more, and they would have to wait until the next phase of development starts, which, you know, could be another year or 2. So long story short, they came out about 7 weeks ago now, stayed with us for a week, and we got everything done from start to finish in, I think, 5 days, including picking the lot, picking the house, picking all the options, doing all the paperwork, everything signed and bought. So They finally got through the permitting stage, which took a little bit longer than expected. Pasco County here can have some hiccups, but they got it done, and they broke ground and started construction a few days ago. I was there for day one. They just graded the lot, started the foundation stakes, and they were supposed to run all the underground plumbing and start that process a couple days ago. So I'm going to go over and check out how far they're going here. Now I'm acting as their proxy here in Florida, so they never have to come out again. They will just show up whenever they move in. So I'll take care of everything on this end. I'll be doing all the meetings with the builders and all that kind of stuff. And the builders Pulte group, really impressed with them so far. Everyone we've met with has been on the ball, and my contact here has a dozen houses that he's overseeing. He walks through them, every room, every day. He takes weekly photos, sends the owners updates of the construction process. So that works out great for them, being out of state. And great for me. You know, I'll of course be by every so often like this, but it means I don't have to walk through and inspect everything as much as I would have to if they weren't doing that. So that's really cool. They built and picked and optioned out the exact house that they wanted, and I think they really love what they picked out. The entire complex is turning out to be fantastic. I mean, just full of really top-end amenities, far better than what we have, but of course it's designed to be that way. It's very different. Theirs is, like I said, much more inclusive, so you don't have to really do anything. They take care of all the landscaping, and everything's included. You just sit there and live your life, whereas ours is for an active young adult community. I missed the turn. I can never remember. There's a shortcut road to go through there. I think I did. I think it was back there at the gas station or the pizza place. Anyway, I've only taken it a couple times. I'll go the longer but faster route down 54 here. So I think they're really going to love it, and I know they're going to love the house. I mean, they picked out everything they wanted, exactly like they wanted. Their backyard is going to be really sweet. They got a little preservation lot pretty much like ours, and their backyard view is going to be beautiful woods, and they have a little creek or stream that they built right in their backyard. So they've got, you know, maybe 20-25 feet of lawn, and then this beautiful waterscape and trees and vegetation. And it looks absolutely stunning. And they got a lot that's just onto a corner on a gentle curve, so they have a bigger lot than most. Of course, there is a premium with that, but definitely worth it to have extra space. And I think it's going to be really cool. So here at Tool Obsession, I've had a busy, well, really several months, but especially this last week we had a couple visitors from the team. We had Mario from Two-Wheeled Rider, and he was down two-wheeled or two-wheeled. Oh my god, now I'm having a brain fart. Sorry, Mario, it's one of the two. Anyway, he was down making a loop, and he came down to visit me. It was a fairly short visit, but it was really cool, and we enjoyed cigars and drinks out on my patio, and I introduced him to virtual reality, which he thought was really cool. That was a nice visit. And then I had planned this Saturday night, Arizona RE, another Two-Wheel Obsession member that you haven't seen for a while because he's been on an extended travel, but he'll be back to normal videos very soon. And he stopped down on a long bike ride, really cross country, and he looped all the way down here in Florida just to see me. And unfortunately the trip was cut a little short, but we enjoyed a very nice morning. He stayed over, and we had coffee and cigars again in the morning and had a great morning visit, but we were supposed to have an evening visit. Funny story, and he'll tell you more on his channel when he gets home and all that, but he left his wallet at his last gas stop way up north in Florida. He arrived at my house at 11 o'clock at night on empty, and he'd been riding since 6 in the morning, so he was shot. As soon as he got off the bike, he got a phone call from someone that had found his stuff, and well, you know, he was beat. So we hopped in my car and I drove him up, and we drove instead of rode for several hours more just to get his stuff. But hey, that was a must do. So we got back at 3 something in the morning, and both of us just totally crashed because, you know, we were tired, and he slept like a rock. But we got up in the morning and had a great visit, so that was really cool. And this is my turn. So this is a great way to get over here for them. The shortcut is nice, but turning back the other way, going home, you have to turn left across US 41, and there's no light. And I will never ever tell them to do that. You know, of course, they're older and they're not used to the traffic here. It is going to be that's seriously the only thing I'm really worried about them moving over here, because traffic around here and the entire Tampa area, Miami area, lots of the populated parts of Florida drive super fast compared to the rest of the country on average. It's just the way it is. You know, I love it because I drive super fast too. Now, they're not terrible drivers. I've seen way worse parts of the country as far as how they drive, like California, LA. They are insane. They don't drive fast. They just drive stupid. You don't know what the hell they're going to do. They could cut across and turn left here from the right lane, and that's totally normal out there. Happened all the time the week I spent out there last time, and every time I visit out there, it's crazy. And Michigan's the same way, just stupid. But it's worse for them because they are coming from the opposite spectrum. They're in a little bubble there where it's just big, huge retirement communities, and that's pretty much it. So everyone around them drives slower than the national average. So they're going from one extreme to the other, and it's going to be tough. So I will definitely drive them around anywhere they want to go, any time they need to go, no problem, at least until they really start to get used to it. But it's going to be a shift. But anyway, turning left onto US 41, cutting across the 3 southbound lanes just to get into a left turn, and no light. There's a curve not too far down the road, and traffic can be doing anywhere from 50 and 80 in any of the lanes at any time. So it's tough for me to do it or my wife to do it. I will never tell them to do it. I'm going to tell them to always visit us, come in this other way, go to the light, and just make the loop. Yes, it's farther, but I'll show you. I'll go home that other way and show you exactly what it's like. But during rush hour, it's impossible. You can sit there, I can sit there for 10 or 15 minutes just to find a break. So here is the start of their community right here. Just 6 months ago, nothing you see existed. This road didn't exist. In fact, going back half a mile, that road didn't exist. This is all Bexley family property. The Bexley family owns an insane amount of property in Pasco County. They still do. I mean, just hundreds of square miles. They've sold tons of it here in the last 10 years to all these different property developers, and there's a lot of Bexley communities. This is the Webb Bexley community. This is phase 1 that you see, everything cleared. Nothing started over here. That's going to be phase 2. There's going to be a couple more, just like Connerton, where we live. That was sold by the Connor family years ago. But Bexley is huge. They still own, I mean, just pasture land, exactly like you see right here. Hundreds of square miles, exactly that. That's how most of Pasco County is, just undeveloped. And they just sold, I don't know, I think 50 square miles to make a huge commercial and factory warehouse development corridor that's going in the next 5 to 10 years. Pretty much north of here to 52 and then over to 41. But Webb here is going to be a completely private gated community. This is originally how ours was supposed to be, but things changed when the recession hit, and ours is now public roads, so no gates. But this is their gatehouse. They just finished construction on it. They just put this landscaping in. Last time I was through here, they were still laying some of the sod. And they've got the models built, and the houses you see here are people's homes that are under construction. Nothing's finished yet. No new homes will be done for at least a couple more months. My parents were one of the first ones that got in, but not the very first. They're the first being built near them in their neighborhood. There were a couple down the street that started, but that's about it. And it'll take me a second here to figure out where they are, because literally every time I ride through here, the landscape is changing. That is the clubhouse going up where the crane is. All that area there, it's going to be a way better clubhouse than we have, with tons of activities and amenities. And you know, that's what the residents of these types of places expect, because it is a very premium place to live. Ours is definitely more entry level. That's okay. I think I was supposed to go down the other road. I'm not sure if this one loops through. Yeah, because this one is nothing yet. It's definitely the last road. So the clubhouse, next time I ride through, might have walls. These steel supports weren't here just a couple days ago when I was here for the last meeting. I don't know if you can see it yet. Hold on, you might see a better view here. So you can see kind of how big the clubhouse is going to be. Way bigger than ours. Okay, that's one end of their street there, those homes being built. So I'll go down here. Yeah, they're down the next bend. Way down at the end of here. They've got a pretty good mix of models. They start at, I think, 2,300 square feet and go way up from there. And they chose a mid-level model, completely optioned out. That worked best for them. That's new. That didn't have paint when I was down here a couple days ago. There were no windows in when I was last here. This is how they all looked just a few days ago, just block. Everything here is block construction in this part of Florida. Very sturdy, of course, hurricane resistant. Very well insulated. Our last house had no insulation in the block itself, and it was just terrible. That fence is fairly new. I can't remember if that was here last time I was through, but it definitely wasn't here when we picked out the lot. I could see the tree line when we were here with my parents. Anyway, you can see the stakes here and all the stuff sticking out of the ground. This is their lot. They're on lot number 7, so that trench is all new. All they had last time I was through here were the wood slats, and everything was just kind of graded. So they've got a garage. Everything will have paver stones. There are no mailboxes in the community, so it looks really super clean. But all pavers all the way up down to the street, and a big front porch and foyer and all that kind of good stuff. And I love how they do the pavers in here, because it's totally clean, the whole driveway. In ours, in Connerton, if you do pavers, you still have to have the concrete sidewalk going across it, because it's county owned. And it looks stupid having pavers, then a stripe of sidewalk, cement, and then pavers. It just looks dumb. But here it's full pavers. It looks really good. So this is kind of, it's going to totally green up in the summer. You couldn't see behind in their actual backyard, but they got a man-made stream back there. It's really cool. And then they got these finger lakes. And some of these homes are on like little, kind of like peninsulas, man-made peninsulas. And of course they were super premium lots, totally not worth it, because literally, I mean, yeah, your backyard might be on a little pond, but all you're doing, you can see how small they are, all you're doing is looking across into somebody's backyard. So it's not like you have a great water view or anything. I don't see the point, but those lots were $100,000 premium over the most basic, normal land lot. Theirs was in the middle because they got the nice preserve and all that. That's totally worth it. I mean, that's something nice. You don't see neighbors. That's what I really love about where we live, and what I tried to convince them of. And when they saw the lot, they're like, oh yeah, that's awesome. So boom, they were lucky to get it, because it was the last one there like that. So you can see the type of landscaping they just put in, again, just the other day. They were kind of getting this spruced up for their grand opening, which was last week. And that's when they opened the sales center, which isn't fully functional, but it's at least dressed and looked nice. And they invited the public in to walk through the models and all that for the first time. Other than that, you had to make an appointment, and they didn't even have the sales office built. And when my parents were here and bought, we had to go to a neighboring Bexley community, which are just normal houses like this, and they were kind of like a sister community, and they allowed them to use their clubhouse conference room. So that was their quote-unquote sales office for the first 50 people or so that bought lots in there, sight unseen, like my parents. So now at least people have a nice view, and their sales office in there now is full of information. They've got interactive maps and all that kind of good stuff. So it's less of a leap of faith, but I knew they would sell out really quickly, and that certainly proved to be the case. I'm really glad. Timing worked out absolutely perfectly. My parents are now in total crunch mode getting the house ready, because they were not expecting it to be done as soon as it is. Their build window is now sometime in August, and that's going to tighten up significantly in the next couple months. My next meeting is pre-drywall, so I can inspect all the walls, and I'll have an actual closing date at that time, so it won't be a window. It'll be sometime in August. But they were expecting October, so I called them, and they were like, holy crap, all right, we got to get stuff done. So now they're in crunch mode, like I said, getting all the little things done to get the house ready to list. And I know all too well what that entails. Nothing major, of course. It's still a really new house, because they built it when they moved out there in '99. So nothing major to do, but lots of stuff, because they hadn't renovated it all since they moved in. Well, they put down new tile floor throughout the house a few years ago, but that's just because they wanted to. They don't have anything major to repair, but it's still going to be a lot of dealing with different contractors to get it perfect enough to sell. They don't have to get it back to new house status, but there are a lot of homes for sale like theirs. Their comps are plentiful, so they need to at least not stand out that it needs anything. And they just listed it the other day with their realtor, so that is in motion. Most likely it's going to sell right around the time they're ready. Ideally, it's not going to be somebody that needs them out right away, because that's going to suck having to move twice. Of course, they can stay with us for as long as they need to, but their stuff would have to be in storage, and that's just extra cost and hassle for nothing. So hopefully everything works out and they can move once and the buy and sell dates coordinate. If it's going to work out, I have no idea. Another pretty good scenario would be they find a buyer that is okay with moving in later, but the sale goes through and they just pay rent in their house for a couple months. That's super easy too. No big deal. Whoop-de-doo, a couple grand. So this is the shortcut road. I truly don't remember what's next to it on the other end where it comes out, but we'll find out. But you'll see how harrowing it is even without traffic. We're, midday on a Monday here, but we're in the middle of spring break, so there's no school. All the schools here are out this week, so you have no buses and you have no parents. And this would be well into rush hour right now, because the schools here start getting out about now. Buses are on the road, and there are a lot of high schools around here with a lot of kids driving. Of course, intermediate schools with parents driving, and you're just absolutely packed from now until 7 normally. I can see US 41 up there, and it's fairly busy, but there's no line of cars. During rush hour, you would have 5 to 10 cars just waiting to turn left for, like I said, 15 or 20 minutes. And you can't even turn right to loop around because there's not enough room. This is just a tiny little back road that not a lot of people know about, because there's no real reason to go back that way. It just goes into subdivisions. Really, the only people going down there live down there. But during the morning, it can get a little rushed, because 41 and 54 gets super backed up, especially if there's a train and they haven't extended the right turn lane. They're planning to, but they haven't done it yet. Man, it's a snarly mess around here. This entire area is exploding. This is going to be completely different in 5 years. Wow, look at that, a break. Oh, dude, you could have gone. Are you serious? We moved, obviously, right away, recently here, but I've been out here for 20 years. 15 years ago, this entire Land O'Lakes area was nothing. I mean, nothing. Our community started building just over 10 years ago and was the only thing up there, up here down 41 where I live. A couple other communities have gone up in the meantime, but everything got stalled during the recession. This road has already been widened. It's supposed to be widened even more north of us all the way to 52. And then that road right by my parents' complex over the next 5 years, it's called Tower Road, is being extended all the way over here to 41. So sometime in the fairly recent, fairly quick future, we won't even have to do this loop. We'll just come down 41, maybe 1 or 2 lights from where we live, and cut all the way across to my parents. So exciting times, a lot of stuff going on. I just want to get out, get a little ride in, check out the new neighborhood going up, give my parents a report, and we'll see you guys next time.